Happy Writing Wednesday! Today is Wednesday, April 29th, and you, as a fourth grader, are going to write an entire four-paragraph, beautifully constructed essay on an article that we've read once together already. So everything should be super familiar for you. I'm going to walk you through the assignment so that if you have any questions, you can check here and then let me know. I'm so excited for this assignment. I can't wait to see what you guys write. I can't wait to see all the cool ideas you come up with and to see your final beautiful four-paragraph essay when you're all done. So the first thing that you're going to want to do when you start this essay is in the classroom, I've attached the Three Brains article. We read this together back before everything happened, so if I open this up, it should look familiar to me, but I still want to read the entire thing, thinking of those summary sentences as I read. So three brains in one. The human brain is organized into three sections. Each section is in charge of certain body functions. In fact, these three sections act like mini brains themselves. You might call them your survival brain, emotional brain, and thinking brain. So after I've read this article, and I'm going to want to read the entire thing, it's 5 paragraphs. Once I've read that, I want to go ahead and I'm going to open up this Google Slides document here, which you're going to do most of your writing planning on for this assignment. 3 brains are better than 1, Writing Wednesday. So when I go in here, the first thing it asks me to do is read the article titled Three Brains. I just did that, so then I need to write my summary sentence for each paragraph. I'm going to write for paragraph 1 through 5, just one sentence that tells me what that paragraph was all about. Once I've done that, I should have this stuff full of great ideas, so I'm going to want to go and I need now to read the prompt. The prompt says, now that you understand what each part of the brain does, write an opinion essay on which part of the brain is most important. So I'm thinking I've read all of this essay. I've read about the emotional brain, the survival brain, the thinking brain, and I want to choose just one of those parts of the brain that I think is the most important part, that maybe I couldn't live without or does the most, or however you want to decide. Remember, an opinion essay that doesn't have a wrong answer. I could think that the emotional brain is most important, and somebody else could think that the thinking brain is most important, and somebody else could think the survival brain is most important. None of us are wrong. We just have our own opinion about it. So I'm going to type into these boxes, how does the prompt apply to the text? And I can just click on that box and I can type in there. What does the prompt ask me to do? So I should write a sentence here about what am I going to go and do now that I've read the article, I've thought about the article, and I've read the prompt that I'm going to write about. Okay, now that I've done all of those things and I've typed right into this, I'm going to go on to my next slide, which is my brainstorm. That's the second part of the writing process. It asks me to fill in the chart with all the things you know about each brain. So I couldn't make a circle map on this PowerPoint for us, so instead I've just made us a little chart here. I'm going to type 3 ideas into these boxes, 1, 2, 3, about the survival brain. Even if I don't think the survival brain is the most important part of my brain, this is just a brainstorm. So I'm taking all of that information in my brain and I'm stuffing it onto this chart so no idea gets left out. I'm going to come up with 3 things about the survival brain, 3 things about the emotional brain, and 3 things about the thinking brain. And I want this chart all the way filled up. Remember, just like a rainstorm, I'm going to dump every single idea I have. If you come up with more ideas, great. Keep adding to the chart. You can only come up with 3 for each brain. That is more than okay. At the bottom, once I've done my big brainstorm and I have all of my ideas written down, this is when I actually need to think about what is my opinion. Do I think the survival brain is most important? Do I think the emotional brain is most important? Or do I think the thinking brain is most important? I'm going to type my answer here where it asks me to. I think the most important brain is, and I can just type the 2 words there. I can erase this and I can just say survival brain, emotional brain, or however I want to type that, but my answer should be here at the bottom. That is what my entire 4 paragraphs is going to be about. So I want to choose one that maybe I have some thoughts from the text, but I also just have some thoughts from my brain too about what a thinking brain might be useful for, an emotional brain, and a survival brain, because I want to be able to fill up an entire essay. If I can't think of that many thoughts about the survival brain, I probably don't want to choose that one as my opinion. Okay. So now I've done my brainstorm, I've made sure of my opinion. I'm gonna move into my next step of the writing process, which hopefully you remember is my outline. The outline I've broken up onto different slides here. So this is just the intro. I'm gonna type my intro here. Remember, I need a hook. A hook could be a question, could be a sound, or it could just be a fun fact. But it's something that's gonna grab my reader's attention and not let them go because they're gonna be so interested in my essay. So I'm gonna type my hook here. I'm gonna state my opinion. I just did that, so that should be easy peasy. I shouldn't need to think too hard about that. And then I just wanna list 2 quick reasons. I do not want to start to think about all of the reasons that I'm gonna put on here. I just want 2 quick ones, nothing too crazy. And then this is my intro. So then I should be able to go to my outline. Oops. So then I should be able to go to the next part of my outline, which is my 2 reasons. These are your 2 body paragraphs. For each paragraph, you need 1 reason why that brain is the most important brain. Then you need to add details to support your opinion. So if I think I'm going to type here, the emotional brain is most important because this is when blankety blank blank blank, then I need to come up with 2 details. These details can be from the text or they can be from my brain, but I should have a mixture of the 2, some from the text and some that I'm just thinking about. Remember, this is not your opinion again. I don't want to type the emotional brain is most important. I need 2 reasons why that brain is so important. Maybe it's so important because it helps you understand how you feel, or maybe it's most important because it reacts to situations. Whatever those reasons are, I want to make sure I have 2 of them. If I cannot think of 2 great, awesome reasons, then I probably want to choose a different brain to write my opinion on. I want 2 awesome reasons why that's the most important reason so that I can come up with details that go along with it. These are my 2 body paragraphs. So I have my intro from the slide before. I have my outline, which is reason 1, or I'm sorry, I have my body paragraphs, which is reason 1, and then reason 2. And then on my last slide, I bet you can guess, it's my closing. So I can type my closing here. I'm gonna restate my opinion. Why should the reader agree with me? And then one last ending sentence that just wraps everything up and makes it feel completed, okay? Now, on this slides, I have every part of my essay. The only thing left I need to do is write it. So that's when you're gonna go back into your document or into your assignment, and I'm gonna click on this one down here on the bottom, which is just a blank document. It says, type your essay here. Be sure to include an intro, 2 body paragraphs, and a closing. Can't wait to read your essays. So one more time, I should have 4 paragraphs. In order to make this easier for me as a writer to see all my ideas, I'm gonna put them on my screen, but I'm gonna put them side by side. So this might be helpful for you at home. I'm gonna take this blank document, I'm gonna take it out of this web browser, and I'm gonna make it just a little bit smaller so that I can type into it. And I'm gonna drag it off to the side. Then on the other side, I'm gonna have this one and I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller so that I can see all of my ideas as I'm typing. Now, as I start to type my essay, I can go up to the one that says intro, and I should have all my ideas written on this slide already. It shouldn't look blank. I should have my hook, my opinion, and my 2 reasons. So now when I go in here and I start to type, I can just start to type. Did you know that you have 3 brains inside your head? Well, you do. I think that the most important brain is the emotional brain. This is the most important because, and then I would list my 2 reasons here, blank and blank, and then I can start my next paragraph. Now that I'm starting a brand new paragraph, I'm going to want to go in here and go down to the next slide. On my next slide, I have reason 1, reason 2, and my details. So this is paragraph 2, and this is paragraph 3, and I can just start to type right from there, looking at the PowerPoint over here, typing into the document. Once I've typed everything and it looks beautiful and complete, I want to make sure to turn in both of my assignments so Ms. Fricks can see your outline and your final and completed essay. I absolutely cannot wait to see all the great ideas that you come up with. I know what amazing authors I have in my classroom. You guys are going to rock this. I can't wait. See you soon.